This is Fox 43 News at 10.
Tonight, exclusive pictures of where a girl says she fell through the floor of a school bus, and other pictures showing wear and tear on local buses as well. Fox 43 investigating the safety of one of the region's most used school bus companies. So how are school buses monitored for safety, and are your children safe on the way to school? Tonight we're getting some answers. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Evan Forrester.
And I'm Allie Bradley. Fox 43's Matt Maisel has been investigating this for months. It all started when we were tipped off to this story from our Facebook page.
The pictures tell the story. Monday morning, March 28th, Dallastown 16-year-old Kirsta Hikus was riding spare bus S2 to school. When she stood up, her foot fell through the floor by the back right tire wheel well, as you can see here. Kirsta was stuck, and the bus driver couldn't hear her as the bus moved.
In my head, I was kind of thinking, wow, I could lose my leg.
Kirsta asked us to hide her face. She said she was lucky to walk away with just scrapes and bruises, but she and her family have asked one question for the last 6 weeks.
How does that even happen? How do they let kids on a bus like that, where you can just stand up and go through the floor?
They are Durham School Services, a national bus company which serves Dallastown Area School District. Durham took the bus out of service immediately and placed it back in this lot. We're told, though, that the 15-year-old bus was put back in spare use after it underwent repairs. We asked to speak with local Durham managers and instead were sent to their corporate office in Illinois. We asked to do a phone interview with them and instead were sent multiple emailed statements. Durham's most recent statement sent to us Monday says all their bus floors were checked after March 28th. Regional and corporate workers reviewed processes in Dallastown, and the spare bus involved is only used when a regular bus is pulled from service. Just last week, the Pennsylvania State Police performed a random inspection. They said their buses received a positive safety review with no defects.
Oh my gosh. She got lucky.
We showed pictures of the bus to Kirsta's parents, Ken and Laura. The photos sent to Fox 43 through an anonymous source.
Her foot was literally 10 inches away from the tire.
How is that even roadworthy? How can they put that on the road? How does it inspect it?
Durham says they perform thorough maintenance checks on their buses every 90 days. That's on top of mandatory inspections by state police and certified garages. Emails from Durham, though, show Dallastown's substitute bus S2, the one in this incident, was checked and cleared locally on March 8th, 20 days before Kirsta's foot fell through.
What's unique in this situation is the type of defect that occurred.
We spoke with Trooper Ed Asbury of the Pennsylvania State Police. He says bus S2 was inspected by a state trooper the day of Kirsta's incident. It was determined a loose seam by the wheel well and not corrosion was the cause of the floor tear.
Being a weld and a seam, that being cracked would be very hard to detect.
However, when we showed Trooper Asbury pictures of the bus steps,
they look very worn.
This is where we see a lot of corrosion.
To get an up-close look at a school bus inspection, we visited Ed Allender, the Vice President of Maintenance for local bus chain Roar. All bus companies are different, but we asked if rust and corrosion could turn dangerous 20 days after an inspection.
Not if everybody's doing their job. Typically, when we do inspection, we're pretty comfortable, honestly, for about 6 months. We do a serious inspection for corrosion. We get up with a screwdriver and poke around. We actually look for soft spots, look for rust.
Along with Dallastown, Durham serves 6 other local districts: Central York, Eastern York, West York, Spring Grove, Central Dauphin, and Elizabethtown. Only Elizabethtown returned our calls about Durham, saying they've had no issues with its quality, but declined wanting to see these photos. Kirsta Hikus and her parents say Durham offered to pay any medical bills after the incident, but never apologized or asked how she was doing.
Just kind of feels like they don't care.
The family says all they want now is to see safer buses.
They shouldn't have to feel like that going to school. They should feel safe. They should know they're safe. And we shouldn't have to worry.
Dallastown Area School District voted in February to change bus companies at the end of the school year. Reliant Student Transportation will begin service July 1st. Dallastown telling Fox 43 the change was not a result of safety concerns.
All right, so State Police did an investigation. What kind of investigation, and were there any citations or fines?
Well, Evan Alley, PSP found violations with the bus, but no fines were handed down. There were also no violations for the defective seam because PSP would have to prove that Durham was knowingly using that bus with the defect. Again, if Durham School Services wants to make any additional statement regarding this incident, we will report it.
All right, Matt. Thanks so much.